Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Degenerate Disseminators podcast. I'm your host, Jordan. Another solo day. Sorry I'm being quiet. It's another late night recording. Just got done watching the Chiefs-Chargers game, and the Chiefs won on some BS again. Are you surprised? Because I'm not. Um, yeah, so we've got some picks for you for this Monday. Let's recap Sunday's picks. Another losing day. Started out this week super strong. Kind of dropped the ball as the week went on. Sorry. We go 1-2 on the day. You can pull up the recap screen over here. Bills at Rams took them at -3. They lost by 2, but I did say Josh Allen was gonna probably put up another MVP caliber performance, and he did. The Rams were the better team on the field, unfortunately. Raiders at Bucks -6.5 for the Bucks. They got it done. I believe they won by 15, and then the the Jags at the Titans over 40 did not come through. They combined for 16 points, so we missed there. Yeah. For podcast picks, we end up 9-8 on the week. Pretty sad because we did go 5-0 in the first episode, but that's how gambling goes. Personally, for my bets, we moved to 14-9 on the week and 16-11 on the month. Pretty solid. Like I said, previous episodes, I do give out some of my personal plays on the DD Sports Podcast Instagram. If you please could go follow us over there and catch some more picks on days we don't upload episodes of the podcast. So yeah, let's move into this Monday. A lot less busy than last Monday, so only have 3 picks coming at you here, with 2 of them coming from the same game, unfortunately. But that's going to be the Bengals at the Cowboys. Both of these teams have severely under-delivered this season. I feel like more so on the Bengals end because I feel like the Cowboys let everyone down every year. But it's okay because I love to watch it happen. This is a must-win game for both of these teams. Their playoff chances are getting smaller and smaller by every second that passes. A win here for the Bengals, it keeps them alive. Thankfully, but only at a 3% chance to make the playoffs. And the Cowboys are in that same boat, only moving to 4%. So it is a must-win just to keep themselves alive. Would I say this is, significance? No, because I think even if both of these teams win out, a lot of things have to happen in order for them to still make the playoffs. But if either of these teams want that chance, yes, it is a must-win. A loss here, I think, eliminates either team. Bengals sit at they're at -5.5. Let me double check really quick. I think it might be -5. Give me 1 second. Okay, so the line moved to -5. If you want to take that, go ahead. I do like this spot for the Bengals more. I think Joe Burrow and this offensive unit that they definitely have the confidence and the skills to get it done. And I think if I had to pick one of these teams to go to the playoffs, I think the Bengals. I think that's everyone's pick. But their defense is really bad. They're losing them games. Let me see here. Yeah. Like I said, with the 5.5, I have taken the Bengals spread in the past few games because it has been 5 and below. Thinking they're going to turn things around, and they just don't. But this Bengals defense is so bad. I think it could cost them the game. They sit at number 27th in total defense, and the Cowboys aren't actually that bad in total offense. They're in 20th place. It's not great, but could be worse. So with that being said, I do see this game could go either way. The Bengals definitely have the offensive advantage, but I think both teams are going to find success in scoring. So I decided to start looking at the over. At 49.5 points, so I have some stats maybe influence you a little bit, but I do think this is a good line, and I think it does have a good chance of hitting. Let me see here. Yeah, so in passing offense, the Bengals are number 1, and then I do have the Cowboys ranked at number 13th in passing defense, which is pretty solid, a lot better than I expected to see. But we're talking about the best passing team in the NFL right now, so that's why I do think the Bengals can score. And hopefully contribute to that game total. We do see Trayvon Diggs coming back. Could be an X factor. Who knows? Maybe. Hopefully not. But when we see players miss multiple weeks, I kind of feel like no matter how good the player is, I think they do need at least a game to kind of work them back into that system, and find them a way to enable themselves to be the most successful. And if they're going to be making adjustments like that in this game on the Cowboys' defensive end, going up against the pass attack of the Bengals, I just really don't think this is the team to do it. So even though with Trayvon Diggs coming back, I still think the Bengals are going to, continue to find success offensively. Let me see here. And yeah, like I said, Cowboys offense, not good, not bad. But this Bengals defense is really bad. So I do think they are going to put some points on the board. So keep it short and simple. I'm taking the over. I really don't know which way this game goes, but both teams need this win if they want a chance to make the playoffs. So give me the over 49.5 at minus 110 for 1.1 units on that game. We're actually going to keep it here. Bengals at Cowboys. I was gonna look at some NBA, but I forgot there is only one game tomorrow. It is the Knicks at the Raptors. I just personally doesn't really pique my interest that much. So we're gonna put together a little Joe Burrow semi teaser parlay. I only say semi because it does involve me dropping his passing yards down a little bit, but it's not by that much. And the bets I'm picking here, he has been hitting at a very successful rate in his last 5 games. Bengals are struggling overall in the year, but Joe Burrow has been doing great things. I think he has the most passing yards, and he is up there in passing touchdowns. He might be number 1. I can't remember off the top of my head. And yeah, this Cowboys passing defense is not great. So regardless how this game goes, I think Joe Burrow is gonna have himself, like a hero ball kind of game. Like he is gonna be the one to keep the Bengals in this game, and it really is up to him. Game line for his passing yards are 274.5. That's just a little high for me personally. Like I said, there are certain numbers that, like, regardless who I see them on, I kind of want to wean away from them, whether it being too high or too low, that kind of deal. So I'm going to drop them to 250. And then I'm going to add his passing touchdown line of 1.5 touchdowns, or over 1.5 touchdowns, sorry. For both these numbers, he has hit these in 4 out of his last 5 games. And those 4 games have been in a row, so he is on a nice little streak here. And I think if he wants to win this game, which it's Joe Burrow, he does, he's going to put up a similar performance. So we are going to slightly tease it up. Give me those two together. Brings those odds to minus 120. So give me those 2 picks, over 250 passing yards and over 1.5 passing touchdowns for 1.2 units. And then to wrap up the night, we're going to be looking at the Blackhawks at the Rangers in the NHL. I'm gonna keep this one pretty short. I didn't really look into the stats that much for this one, but we did fade the Blackhawks twice last week, and they both hit relatively easily. We had a scare in the first game a little bit, but the Leafs came right back and covered. And then the Blackhawks were actually winning against the Jets for a portion of that game, and then they ended up losing by 2 still. So pretty confident in this one. I think the Rangers are gonna, they on paper they are the better team all around. So I think they are gonna get it done. And I think Blackhawks they're struggling. Lost their last 5. They really can't get it together on offense. I believe in those last 5 games too, they haven't scored more than 2 goals in any of those games. And I think that streak might be longer, but I don't have that written down. I might have to double check that, but. Yeah, like the Rangers in this spot, they are at home. Shesterkin is not playing, but we do see Jonathan Quick making the start. And statistically speaking, he actually does have an edge on Shesterkin, save percentage and average goals allowed. So, if anything, if there is any effect on this change in starting position, I think that it's going to be a positive effect. I think it might be even a little harder for the Blackhawks to score. And I think the Rangers get it done. I could see this being like a 3-1, 4-1 game. And with that, give me the Rangers at minus 1.5. To recap it really quick, we have the Bengals-Cowboys game going over 49.5 points for 1.1 units. We have the little Joe Burrow parlay of over 250 passing yards and 1.5 passing touchdowns for 1.2 units. And then we're wrapping up the night with we're fading the Blackhawks again. Rangers at -1.5 for 1 unit. I forgot to mention that actually is sitting at even money, which is pretty interesting considering that the number's been getting hit on these Blackhawks. And 3.3 units in play. Last week wasn't bad, could have been better, but it's Monday, start of a new week. Still having a good month. So let's hopefully start it off 3 for 3, and we will see you guys in the next one. Thank you.